It's his 25th great race. Craig Lowndes is about to put another notch on his Bathurst belt.
Welcome to Bathurst for the final episode of Experts at Speed, powered by Coates. Today's special guest is part of a family that have made their name here at the mountain. Between father and son, they have 12 Bathurst victories, they have 21 podiums and 62 race starts. Of course, I'm talking about the Richards family, and I'm so excited to be standing on top of the mountain, about to talk to my great mate, Steve Richards. Okay, Steve, we're going to do a little bit different this time. I've given you half the questions. You ready to go?
Let's do it, mate.
All right. What inspired you to become a professional driver?
When I saw you decide to do it, mate, I reckon that was time for me to go. Okay, what's the most important lesson you've learned in your racing career?
To enjoy it. I think for when I first come into this place, I was probably too concentrated on roll centres and spring rates instead of actually looking at the view and seeing what we actually can do.
Fair call, fair call.
All right, what does it mean to win a Bathurst?
Well, it's the pinnacle of our sport, Craig, and it makes you feel pretty good inside. So I'm very, very lucky to be sitting here and won it with you a couple of times.
Absolutely.
Okay, what's your proudest achievement in motorsport?
Proudest achievement, I reckon now because you're actually giving back. So all the stuff that you learnt, you sort of all your victories and everything else, but now giving and inspiring the next generation to come back
Oh,
here.
so now you're doing that?
Yeah, now
you
I'm
couldn't
giving
do
back.
that back when we were racing?
No.
Okay.
How do you think the sport has evolved since you debuted?
It's evolved very, very differently than I thought it would. Who would have known that Ford and Holden would have stopped manufacturing cars? So I think it's on a resurgence right now. I'm looking forward to what comes next.
Yeah, good.
How did you balance skill with instinct on the track?
Well, that's an interesting one. I think might have overstepped the skill level a couple of times when I've had some crashes, especially I remember just up here in 97.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
But it's just one of those instincts, like your spatial awareness, making sure you place the car where you want it, especially across the top of the mountain here.
For sure.
I think that there is that balance of 50-50 sort of thing.
Yep.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Like you, I was very intense as a young bloke. I was always a bit too focused on the car and not the end result. So I think now I'd just take a bit more relaxed. What's the most challenging part of racing at Mount Panorama?
I think almost the week lead in. I think because you're mentally so focused at the start, and then you get to Sunday, you almost just, your cup's empty, you're drained. And then you've got to think about, you've got another 6.5 hours of racing to go. All right, getting close, come around the last corner. What advice do you have for the next generations?
Probably, it's pretty intense nowadays, and I think sometimes, the opportunity that you get to race at this place is huge. And although everyone wants to get the result at the end of the day, just make sure you take it all in and enjoy it, because you, like me in 2019, you never know when your last one's going to happen.
Thank you for being part of
Thanks,
Experts
mate.
at Speed, powered by Coates.
Pleasure.
7 Bathurst wins, 7 episodes of Experts at Speed. I've had a great time talking to some incredible people, but unfortunately, I'm out of Bathurst victories. So that concludes this series of Experts at Speed, powered by Coates. But never fear, I haven't hung my helmet up completely yet. So you never know, victory number 8 could be just around the corner. Thank you, Coates, and thank you, the fans. I hope to see you all at a supercar event soon.